Hey everyone, hi BookTube, hi. Okay, so I have some mail right here. It's a mail haul, I think they're called, books that I've received in the mail. I did not purchase these. My Harry's over here right now. Everyone probably want to see little Harry. So say hey Harry. Oh, now you're getting feisty. Go back on the chair. Go back on the chair. My father-in-law is a collector. He's a art collector, vintage book collector of a very specific era. And he and I share a passion, a fiery and fierce passion about children's picture books. And we often will talk about it. We do have varying opinions on art style and even humor. He is a Schultz Peanuts fan. I am a Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes fan. We have gotten into passionate debates where we disagree about, which one is better. If you have an opinion, leave it down below. And if you're like, Shelly, what the heck are you talking about? I could probably do a whole video on Bill Watterson because he's a comic book artist who I've been fascinated by. A comic artist, not comic book artist. He's a comic strip artist who has fascinated me for years. I'm already going on tangents. Who knows what this video will be like. And Harry is barking. Harry, what's wrong? You just feeling playful? Ooh, one moment. Hey, we're gonna get to the mail now. So my father-in-law likes to send us packages in the mail, and often they have artsy book type stuff. And he sent us one recently. He actually sent us two. Oh, he sends us one about every month, and I thought I would share. Please let me know if you are familiar with anything that is in this mail haul, because to me, some of these are just the most obscure books that I've ever encountered. So, it's almost like I don't want to actually say it, but I want to say, Steve, have you read this? But I'm not actually saying that. It was a thought that crossed my mind, not an actual question. Okay. So, Steve Donahue, that is. Okay, so the first one is the Speedy Christmas Tree. And this, you can pop out rather. The Christmas tree pops out and the ornaments pop out. And it stands up and you can decorate the Christmas tree, which isn't this just precious? So they're perforated, you pop this out and you can decorate it. So I'm going to really enjoy doing this with my kiddos this year. I'm going to start with the tactile things and then we'll move on to two art books and then children's books at the end. Okay, so the next one is this instant paper airplanes. Gosh, get a load of that yellow. Isn't that yellow just absolutely stunning? Wow. Okay, so this Instant Airplanes booklet, and what's cool is that it comes with an airplane package and with all of the assembly pieces. So these two things go together. Everything in this package you can make with this booklet. I thought that was a really cool gift, and I'm like in love with that yellow. I love bright colors. Okay, now to the art books. I didn't know who this was, but apparently my husband is quite a fan of this artist. But it's John Held Jr. And here is one of the books with the spine. Hopefully that doesn't focus. But gosh, isn't that really cool? And this one, The Most of John Held Jr. And it has, my gosh, y'all. I mean, look, can you even with some of these illustrations? So this is, I believe, about his life. The Rise of the Mormon Kid. Actually, this would make a really fascinating read, I believe. Okay, and so some more of his art. It doesn't have a dust jacket. But, oh my goodness, this blue, my goodness, you all, this blue. You have no idea. I love primary colors. Oh my goodness. But I think it talks about the evolution of his art through the ages. Okay? So I don't exactly know what this is, but it has it covers quite a range of John Held Jr.'s art. Okay, here, Harry. Okay. All right, now, you know, I said I like primary colors. I like primary colors, I like secondary colors, I like tertiary colors, I like all of the colors. So this is, again, another John Held Jr. book. And this is the illustrator of the Jazz Age. So it says, John Held portrayed the flapper in memorable graphics and cartoons that even today evoke the Roaring '20s and the Jazz Age. His cartoon illustrations and covers for leading magazines like Life, Mademoiselle, The New Yorker, and Vanity Fair are hallmarks of an era. Held was as serious as well as a popular artist and because he was at heart a humorist and achieved rare success as a cartoonist and graphic artist, critics have tended to overlook him. And so what Shirley Armitage devotes comprehensive critical attention to Held's genius and to a career that spanned 4 decades. So this is more, I think, his life story. So I believe this is more of his art evolution. The actual, this is more imagery based. And then what Shelley Armitage does here is more text-based. And even in the book, there are just full pages. I mean, it's meant to be read as a biography, but obviously a very beautiful one, because if you're ever going to do a biography on an artist, you want to see and witness their work or experience their work. And so she clearly shows that. So John Held Jr. I believe my husband is a fan of his work, and that's why this book was sent to us. Okay, we have a couple of kids' books. So this is Snowmen at Christmas. Let's see if I can get it close up. Here we go, Snowmen at Christmas. And this is written by Carolyn Buhner and pictures by Mark Buhner. So I wonder if they're married or if they're siblings. And it's just a Christmas story about snowmen. So that's neat. I'm definitely going to read that to my kiddos this year. My goodness, one moment. There we go. Let's see. Dog bone. Then we have 7 Orange Pumpkins, a counting book by Stephen Savage. So we have this purple. And then a countdown from seven as pumpkins vanish one by one. So this is perfect, especially for my 3-year-old who is learning how to count. Okay, 3 more picture books, one of which is, I'm gonna save the best for last, at least best in my opinion of the picture books, because it is so stunning. Okay, so this is Berkeley Breather. Red Ranger Came Calling. There you go. I have never, this is that collage style art on the front. And it looks like a rather lengthy picture book. I like the illustrations though. I don't know much about it. Let's see. Here is Berkeley Breathe. This illustrated retelling of a story he was told to him on each Christmas Eve of his childhood. Okay, so it is a retelling of a story that he was told. Interesting. Okay, so, and I guess Berkeley Breathed is the name of the author illustrator. I had no idea. So, I am excited to dig into this. And then, this next book is a Christmas book that my husband was read to as a child, so he was very familiar with this, and he says it's probably the exact same copy too, which really warms my heart. But Santa Claus and his elves. Y'all, I'm now warming him up to you. I was talking about how my husband was like Thomas Cromwell in the Hilary Mantel series, and now I'm like, my goodness, I'm really warming him up to you all. Like, he was read this as a child. And so my husband was excited about this. And this, the illustration style, I think, is evocative of the 40s with, you know, there was a time period, and I believe it's the 40s. I don't think it was the 20s. And it's this nose. It's a cartoon with a prominent rounded nose. And it's very evocative of that time period. And so really gorgeous. And I mean, it feels like the papers feel vintage. Gosh, y'all. And this was written and illustrated by Maury Kunis. Beautiful. So again, passing down traditions from, you know, from father to son. And then the final book, which is just, wow. I literally lost my breath when I saw this. It took my breath away. This is Peter and the Wolf. Oh my goodness, don't you dare, I don't want you to fall off my lap. That's what's going on, little Mr. Feisty. So the story is by Sergei Prokofiev, and the scenes are by Barbara Cooney. Barbara Cooney is an illustrator that I'm fairly familiar with. I don't know this writer, but I mean, so it has this tie, right? Oh my goodness, y'all. It's like so magical. So you undo the tie, and in it there is a protective paper. And then you have this story, right? So look at this whole thing. I mean, look at this whole beauty, this gorgeous book. Okay, so then you have these are just woven string that like almost like shoelaces. It's not elastic, it's just woven. And as you open it up, I'm trying to be careful, it has a whole scene, a whole pop-up book scene. I mean, how gorgeous is this? So that's the first one. I'm not going to take you through all of them. That's the second one. I'm going to see, hopefully the lighting is working on it. But I mean, gracious me, look at that. Oh gracious, look at that. The tree comes out and the little bird is hanging and flying. And then on the bottom is the story right here. Okay, and then I think the last one was really elaborate. So y'all ready? You all ready? Okay. Oh my goodness. You all, look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, what a special book. I have a couple of pop-up books. I think I have one or two. One of them is Wizard of Oz. I might just have one other pop-up book. I'm not sure. But I love, if you cannot tell, I love pop-up books. I don't often buy them because they can tend to be quite expensive, and it feels very indulgent because you kind of have to keep them away. Like, no, that's not true. You have to read them with your children. If you're going to read a pop-up book, you have to read it with your children, because I have seen pop-up books just become utterly destroyed by children because they don't know how to be careful. And so you have to teach your children, at least I have to teach my children, how to be careful and how to handle something with care, which is a good lesson on its own. Oh, and it's, I mean, like, this book just gets better. You can also open up these little tree flaps on the side. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing about this Peter and the Wolf book, but very beautiful, very exciting, and I just wanted to share with you all. So if you are familiar with any of these authors, illustrators, or picture books, please let me know. I know this is kind of a random and obscure video for me, but I get book mail, you know, like I said, about once a month, every 6 weeks, sometimes every 2 months, from my father-in-law, who tends to grace us with these gorgeous, I mean, just absolutely stunning books. And you know, this is booktube, so I wanted to show you. But that's it for me, you all. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and letting me just gush. I mean, gush, truly. This is a very self-indulgent video because I just gushed about the books that I love to look at. And yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you all in my next one. Okay, bye guys. All right. Okay. This video is such a mess. I cannot even. Oh my goodness, this is just like. There you go. There you go, Harry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here, over here. Okay, so what was I saying? Harry is now squeaking his toy. We're gonna just proceed. All right, so where was I at? This might be one of those, we're gonna have a montage of interruptions because it is a total mess and chaos over here. Hello, hello. I don't think everybody wants to see your little dog butt. Hello, Harry. No.